Hi, I'm Rachel. I've put a few videos up here on YouTube about my breast cancer experience, and I thought I'd just kind of do an update because I think the last one that I put up was when I still had my expanders in. So I thought I'd talk a little bit about having a bilateral mastectomy after breast cancer and then the whole process and what it looks like now that I have the breast implants put in. So I was diagnosed with breast cancer back in 2009, in September 2009. I was 31 at the time, and I found out that I do have the BRCA1 gene mutation. So at that point, even though my cancer was small, I think the actual lump was 1 centimeter, I still chose to have a bilateral mastectomy because I knew that my risk of getting more breast cancer in the future was higher than most people. So so I did the bilateral mastectomy in October 2009. And at that same time, when I was having the bilateral mastectomy, they started the reconstruction process at the same time. So basically we started with the whole expanders. Now in my case, I wasn't eligible to have my own fat put in to replace my breast. So I had to go through the whole expander process. So at the time of surgery, they put in expanders, at least in my case is what they did. They put in expanders, and over time they expand them so that you'll have enough room to put in the implants when it comes time. And they have to kind of stretch out your skin and make sure there's enough room. Now in my case, it took about 6 months because I had my surgery done in Dallas, but I was living in Austin, so I didn't want to do a whole bunch of that back and forth. So I had the surgery, the first of the surgery was October 2009, but then I actually had my breast implant surgery in April of 2010. And that was actually pretty easy compared to everything else I'd been through. You know, I'd been through the bilateral mastectomy and the 4 rounds of chemo, and really the breast implant surgery was pretty easy. They did put me under for it, but in terms of recovery, I think I just took maybe a little bit of ibuprofen, and I was out that night I wasn't partying or anything, but I was out that night, I think, going to dinner, and we went to the park the next day. So it really wasn't too bad. And since then, knock on wood, I haven't had any complications. That's been about 3.5 years. So I thought I'd just kind of show you close up. You can't see any scarring, or, you know, the scarring that I have is covered by my swimsuit. You could still see a little bit of my scars where I had the lymph nodes taken out on both sides. You know, if I lift up my arms, you can see that. And I still have a little kind of rippling that I think is just, I don't know, a dead fat necrosis or something. So I'm just always going to have to deal with that. But now for my implants, I had 325 cc for both sides. And what I've heard is, you know, the cc's can look differently on every person. So if you get 325 cc's, they might look different than the way that they look on me. They could look bigger or smaller, whatever. And I chose to stay on the small side because I've already, you know, I was small to start out with. So I didn't really want to go too much bigger. So this is a little bit bigger than I was naturally before, but I pretty much wanted to stay the same since I'm active. I have 2 little kids, and, you know, we're running around playing baseball, all that kind of stuff. I wanted to stay with what I was used to, but, you know, obviously that's a personal preference. So just keep in mind what your lifestyle is like, and, you know, whether you want to go bigger or smaller, things like that. But I'm pretty happy with my size, and I like the way it feels. It feels a lot better than the expanders felt. It feels more natural, or at least what I remember natural feeling like. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. If you have any questions, or if you want to chat, if you're going through the same thing, feel free to, you know, leave a comment on here on the YouTube channel, and I'll try to write you back. Or you can also reach me on my blog at www.chachingqueen.com. And I'll try to make another video later at some point more talking about how I feel after 3.5 years after chemo, and all that. And, you know, I still have side effects, but I'll talk about that later. But in terms of the implants, I've been very happy, and I just wanted to, you know, kind of show everybody, you know, how it can look pretty natural. You know, in my case, I'm not getting as much of the cleavage as I would hope for, just because of my, you know, I have the bone here, I guess, I'm not sure. So that's really my only complaint is the cleavage issue, but other than that, I've been really happy with the way they feel and the way they look. And like I said, I don't see any of the scarring, and I feel comfortable going out in public, wearing bathing suits or wearing, you know, shirts or dresses that are low cut, not too low cut, but I feel pretty comfortable going around. And I feel like unless you know me or know what I've been through, I don't think you can really tell that I've had a bilateral mastectomy and went through, you know, everything that I did. So I've been very happy. If you have questions, leave them here or contact me through my blog. All right, hope everyone's doing well. Bye.